Hey guys, it's me, EOD Gaming here, and in this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the basics of combat in Zenless Zone Zero. We have Anbi Damara here as one of our feature characters, but first things first, let's talk about the simpler stuff. We need to understand what is on this screen over here. So you have your character HP here. For example, now I just have Anbi Damara on my team. This is the HP bar that they have, and this is the energy that they have. Energy bar is used for skill, not ultimate ability. Ultimate ability, you see this one here in Q, this glowing orange one, is tied to this decibel rating here. This one, as you can see in orange. So that is for the first thing, what we see on screen. Here is the enemy boss HP. This is the enemy boss HP. And below this orange bar here is the amount of impact days they have built up. So as you can see, as I'm smacking the boss right now, it will gain this second bar here to go up slightly higher. And once you hit the max, you can start doing chain attacks and whatnot. We'll talk about that in a bit. So that's what you see on screen. These one here are basically your controls. For example, I'm using PC. Left click is basic attack string. Right click is your dodging. So as you can see, there are some charges to it as I dodge. Basic attack, I'm just unga-bunging like that. Every character has a different basic attack string combo. We'll touch on that in a little bit too. But here, E, this is your skill ability. When it's colored up like this, means it has an enhanced version. And when it has no color, like it's grayed out, let me just show you. If I use up all her energy by doing this, now she has no energy over here, and she has this grayed out thing in terms of skill ability. So this is her unenhanced version, just one poke. Every character has a different attack tool, every unit is slightly different. Over here is your quick swap. I will show you that in a bit. Now it's grayed out because I have no other character, so I can't switch off at all. And of course, Q here is just the ultimate ability once this decibel rating is at 3000. So I'm going to go ahead and press the ultimate ability here, and we will use up this gauge.
Eliminating target.
Okay, so we see that now it's now back to 300 here. There are some stagger being built up, but of course it's not maximum. Let me show you what days looks like. And in order to do that, for a chain attack, I'm going to add in another character here. For the sake of this video, let's just add in Billy. Now as you can see, when I add in one new character, another unit forms here. This thing also starts lighting up. Before we hit the days, let me show you this quick swap. I have it on a special button here that I customize. Otherwise, it usually will be on like spacebar. This is just like rotating characters in.
Roger.
Because I have two characters, I just switch in between them. And Billy's like basic attack string. Okay, so we have gotten like pretty much what's appearing on screen. This decibel rating here, in order to charge up the ultimate, occurs in many ways. You can see here, if I use a E, it charges up. If I basic attack here, it charges up as well over time. And whatnot. For example, if I use Billy's E, it charges up this gauge too. And since we are almost close to here, once I hit 100, I have this ability of this chain attack here. You can see now it's like has a time that is going down over time. They do take enhanced damage. You can see bottom here, damage 150% when they are dazed out, when this gauge is maxed out. And once this thing goes back to 0, that damage increase now gone as well. So that is what we see on screen. Let's go back in Anbi Damara. Now that we've gotten the most of the basics, let me show you some combo strings that I think is a bit more tricky. Every character is a bit different. You have to read their kits a bit more detail to understand what's going on. So basic attack, this is the combo string that they have. Every character is unique. Let's first talk about Anbi Damara's combo string. So as you can see, if I just like spam basic attack, this is her typical string that she has. If I press 3 times and then I hold my last basic attack, she becomes this kick down slam. So kick down, and then this is just a full spam click combo. You can see she doesn't do a kick in her full spam combo. But once again, I press 3 and hold. So slightly different in terms of damage and what she does too. You can do a combo of like basic attack and then press a E. So you can like interrupt the combo string. Especially if you just need to like quickly use the E, the energy and whatnot. That is how you can do it too. That is for basic attacks. Every character has a different attack string. This special attack here is basically your skill. As you can see, if you basic, and you use the skill, whether it's enhanced or not, you do like a certain ability too for Anbi Damara. And X special attack is basically when you have energy gauge up. Once you have enough, this thing is littered up, you are able to cast an X special attack. You'll see this up quite a lot. And this is like just some combo strings of mixing your basic attacks with your enhanced and your skill, which we've shown already a little bit. And next up we have dash attacks. What dash attacks is basically this button here. Notice that if I just smack the unit like that, she just a normal attack. But if I press like right click this dash and then I go in, for example I do this, she does a slightly different one. So she charges in. So normally like that, if I dash attack, she hits twice. So normally it's just a 67, dash is like 65, 65. So a slightly stronger variation. Again, every character has like their own differences to it too. So that is for this, what dash attack is. Every character is unique. Again, it's slightly different. Dodge counter, we will do it in a little bit when I change up the monster to start attacking. I don't want too much chaos. Keep it simple for now when I'm explaining a lot of basic stuff. Chain attack here is what we saw. Chain attack is when you have this at max. Let me just bring it up again. Once you hit 100, this thing will appear. That's a chain attack. You can bring characters in. You can bring all 3 characters in to do chain attacks. And everyone has like, a different skill set too. So that is for a chain attack, what it means. Ultimate here, of course, let's go back to Anbi Damara to make it simpler. Ultimate is the decibel rating. Once you have 3000 points here, you will have your out up. Let's just use it real quick. And doing a lot of stuff like you will gain back your energy over time. You have to actually attack. So like dodging, running around, if you're not like proccing a dodge and just like doing this, running around, waiting, it doesn't charge up. What charges up over time is your energy here to use your X special attacks. So energy restoration in Zenless Zone Zero doesn't affect decibel rating, your out. It only affects your skill. And passively, all characters get it across the field. As you can see here, Anbi Damara will have her thing up now, even though she's not the active character on the field. So it's just like a passive gain every character gets too. So we've touched on quite a bit. Of course, you can see every character is slightly different. You have to read and get the feel of it for every unique character. We touched on in our guides of like on the channel if you are interested in more of that. But yeah, that is for most of the stuff that require the enemy to be stationary. Now I'm going to add a bit of chaos. In this training simulator, I can have the enemy move now. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let them move a little bit. And what we are going to now show you, I want to test out a few things. We're going to test dodging, and then we're going into the other more complicated stuff. But let's talk about dodging. So that is a dodge. I can just dodge and do nothing. So it's proc when the enemy is about to hit you and you press the dash ability. That's a proper dodge. Let me show you an example of a failed dodge. Okay, it's a bit instinctive. Okay, that's okay. So that is an example of a failed dodge if I didn't manage to dodge in time. But if it's a proper dodge, you will get this like vital view state. So this blue thing that appears, this is called vital view. That is one of the things that goes on. So dodge counter is when you dodge perfectly in that vital view state. You have that zoom kind of animation, and then you press a basic attack. Every character again has it slightly different. So let me show you. Okay, that's just a dash attack. So that's a dodge counter, another dodge counter. So that's like a failed dodge, so you get hit. Again, that's a dodge counter. This is a dash attack, dash attack, dash attack. So the dodge button and the dash button is exactly the same. That is for this part here, what a dodge counter is. Dodge counter, as you can see, and dash attack is pretty much similar, except this one you actually have to dodge and attack. Then you get her thunderclap, which hits with a bit of lightning damage. Whereas this one is just like physical damage, so she does 2 slashes real quick. So that is for this one. And next up we have this thing, which I think is probably like the most complex out of all the other stuff, which is your assist, follow-up, defensive assist, as well as reactive assist. So reactive assist is that thing when we get hit, you will notice this button appears on the bottom right here, calling someone to assist. It will proc that line in. For example, every character has their own effect as well. Defensive, let's take a look at reactive assist first. Let's take it step by step. So as you can see here, this button procs when I get hit. So to show you again, you can see down here. So that's a reactive assist. It only happens when you get hit and like staggered down like that. That's a reactive assist. Doesn't always happen. You usually have to get hit or certain characters proc it. For example, Sokaku does proccing. Different characters have it differently, but that's reactive assist and how to trigger it. Next up, we have defensive assist. Defensive assist is a bit trickier to do because what you need to do is you need to have a very nice ability to swap in your character just before the enemy is attacking. So imagine it like a perfect dodge, but you're swapping character. So this is an example of a defensive assist. Let's do that again. So you have to dodge perfectly like that. That's a defensive assist. How to proc a defensive assist here. This is, imagine it like a dodge, but you have to do a perfect dodge. Instead of dodging or dashing in this case, you have to swap in perfect timing. That's a defensive assist. For the sake of demonstration, that's it. And of course, that's just pressing a dodge and doing nothing with that. There is another benefit that you can do. If you do a perfect dodge, you are able to press a skill. You're able to press an attack. Here, as you can see, is a skill for Anbi or Billy. If you use this is the X special. You just need to press E after you do it. You will follow up with this thing called an assist follow up, which is a type of damage. So let me just show you. Okay, that was pretty bad. Let me just waste all her energy real quick. And let's get the attack. So I will dodge in perfectly and... So that's her... Okay, let's do it again. So that is a assist follow up. So perfect dodge and then you follow up with an attack. So another thing that you need to know is you cannot assist follow up without charges here. So some of you might be trying it out and you realize you can't do that assist follow up, which doesn't use any of your energy. So you can do an assist follow up and do her skill without consuming any energy if you have charges here. You can get these charges by proccing chain attacks. So you can see one chain attack here, I get one stack of this back, which means I can do one assist follow up, which takes no energy at all and I can use a skill. Let me just show you here. As you can see, I have no energy. I'll just wait for him to recover real quick. Let's just use this up also. So, perfect dodge. That, as you can see, that's a assist follow up without any energy, but it takes off one stack there too. Before my characters absolutely get destroyed, I'm going to disable the movement. Okay, so we have touched on quite a lot of things, all the basic combat that you can see here. That is pretty much majority of what's going on. Stuff that you cannot cast when you don't have energy is if you don't have your ultimate up, you don't have enough of this Desperating, you can't cast your ult. You can still dodge and you can still like swap in from time to time if you don't have these stacks over here. You can see now this is like grayed out, but I can still rotate my characters in. It just means I can't do that free skill ability even though I don't have skill points. The assist follow up doesn't exist. I can't use that free one. So let me show you what happens if I do a perfect swap in assist but not enough of these gauges. Let me just get them moving again. As you can see, I just defensively assist with that vital view. I can't do anything, like it doesn't follow up. I only can just like basic attack here. So it doesn't like do anything special. So as you can see, it's like a dodge. If I don't have stacks, it's just a dodge. Let's try to get one stack, then we can see the difference. This is probably like the most complex out of all of them because of the gauge thing, and it's a bit trickier to proc than the rest. So chain attack to get the stacks back, and you need to do a heavy attack to proc a chain attack. So you can see now we have one stack. Let's wait for him to recover so we can showcase the assist follow up again. Just removing the skill points. Notice it's like different, she has that block ability and whatnot. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the basic combat and what the different stuff means. Let me just exit here and we can see every character's where to see like the stats in the screen as well. Because that is quite important to know as you are looking at new characters and wondering what each of them do. I'm going to go in the agent menu here. For example, Anbi Demara. You go into this skills tab here. A, B, C, D, E, F is basically like the Eidolons. If you have multiple copies of that particular character, you can unlock more of this. This tells you what the basic attacks does here, and the stats here on the top shows you like the multiplier of that particular character. Days is like impact, the one that builds up the stacks on the enemy boss orange bar here. Damage is just damage. This is for basic attack, the one with like the glove. This arrow is your dodge counter, your dodge ability. This is how you proc like dash attacks and dodge attacks. So your perfect dodging and vital view and stuff, this is where it comes in. Every character is slightly different. You can see their description here. So we talked about just dodging, just pressing this to move. Think of like dodge as like dash. It's pretty much like the same thing. Just dash is when you use it to attack. Dodge is like when you use it to perfectly dodge an attack. Just think of it like as synonymous with each other in this game. X special here means with this littered up like this, means you have enough energy. Normal special means you have it grayed out, you don't have enough energy. That's what it means. And here, your chain attack, this ultimate thing. So chain attack is when you have that max impact, your teammate comes in to do something, when you can choose like left or right which character you want. That's called a chain attack. So you can see the effects here. Ultimate is when you have your max decibel rating. That's when you cast this one here, this ultimate here. To see like your assist follow-ups is in this double drive here, this rotation thing. We'll talk about the passive in a little bit, but it's all the way down here. Reactive assist here, defensive assist, this is what they do. Assist follow-up, as mentioned, is the one that you must have a certain amount of charges after you get it from chain attacking. Then you can do like certain buffs that you can see. Perform a spinning attack against an enemy in front, dealing electric damage. Defensive assist here, she parries the attack, the one that we saw in purple, that she clangs with the enemy mob, inflicts massive daze to the enemy and stuff like that. And last but not least, of course, is the passive ability, which we did not see on the battlefield because it's passive. When she does certain things, she gets certain buff. Every character is slightly different. And additional abilities are basically resonances. If you have more slash units, more electric, they get certain buffs too. And yeah, that is pretty much the super intro, super simple guide to all these words and what they mean. If you found this video helpful, do give it a like, subscribe, and check out our other introductory videos that I try to explain all these different concepts in Zenless Zone Zero as simply as I can. And once again, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.